What's going on, everyone? My name's Dean. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we're talking AFL23. Of course we are, because we are about a week away now from the new release date after its initial delay of May the 3rd, or the 4th, sorry, May the 4th. And we've got some screenshots today that we're going to look at, which were dropped on the Steam page on PC, because it's now up for pre-order on Steam. Or I actually don't know if you can pre-order it, but it's on wishlist on Steam. It's also on the PlayStation Store. You cannot pre-order it as well. So a bit annoying, I guess, for people who are wanting to preload the game. You can just wishlist it. But we have some new screenshots of in-game stuff to have a look at. Quick note that this is from an old build. Ross has just confirmed this on Big Footy. So they're actually going to release new screenshots very soon. So whether or not we see these already changed by the time this video's up, who knows? But otherwise, we're going to get some more stuff probably tomorrow. So maybe I'll make a video then as well. But let's get into the ones that we've got released for us now. So let's take a look here at Dustin Martin first. This is a set shot position. He's a long way out from goal. He's probably, man on the mark, is probably, 55 metres out from goal if we're judging off where that Telstra logo is. You can see the scoreboard there. They've actually made an adjustment since the last time I played the game, which has the Richmond numbers there actually in white rather than, in black rather than in white on the yellow, which is an interesting little change there. I think it's just more an accessibility decision, and I think that is a good call to go there. You can also see in this game the crowd is absolutely packed for Richmond Brisbane at the MCG. And, you know, if you haven't seen the UI HUD set up before, this is sort of how it looks, with the stamina bar up the top and the scoreboard down the bottom. Now, that's a change from the past, and personally, this is my personal opinion, I prefer the stamina bar to be down the bottom of the screen. The reason for that is obviously, I think it's just easier for my eye line to be looking down rather than to be looking up. So that is a real weird thing for me, but I'm sure because of the fact that I've been used to playing pretty much every other game with HUD at the bottom of the screen that I need to look at rather than the top. That's how it is. We've also got a similar screenshot in a similar position here, which is Cam Zahra lining up for goal or just taking his set shot kick. Now, this looks like he's actually the AI-controlled player here because Collingwood looks like he's got, you can see the number 4 there, Maynard, has the little user-controlled dialogue over the top of him, so you can see that as well. And there's one key difference here between the Dusty screenshot, which is actually to the Punt Road oval end, compared to the Zahra one, which is to the Ponsford stand end of the MCG. Is the crowd is obviously very different, especially up the top. There's a lot less people there. You know, you'd expect that for a North game. But like Collingwood, obviously, you'd expect a big crowd. So there is some sort of variation in the crowd sizes that you're going to see, whether in career mode. That's something that varies depending on your performance. I think that'd be something cool. Or whether that is something that is just randomized if it's in a single match or something like that. And you can see here, obviously, Zahra, as we said, lining up for goal for North. One minor detail, no like MCG scoreboard on the ad boards or anything like that. Maybe they'll add that in future, but it would just be like a little nice to have as well. Next up, we'll look at the centre bounce. Pretty standard here. Again, crowd size dwindling compared to that first game we saw. Pretty standard here. You got the nice like centre bounce set up. Everyone's sort of one-on-one in there. Be interesting to see if you could change your centre bounce stoppage tactics. That is, I guess, something we'll have to wait and see till we get some proper gameplay of how they've been working on it. We've got like a tackle here in the front end for, I think, Collingwood. Looks like Collingwood's front end here. They've also got a couple of guys sort of set up the top of screen there as sort of like, I guess, the wall players defensively, but we can't see too much structure in this outside of that, which is why we're going to go to the last screenshot that I've deliberately left to last because it's going to take me the longest to go through and analyse. And it is this one between Geelong and Sydney. Mitch Duncan is taking a mark on the wing, but that's not what we're concerned about because we're going to look at the minimap, the radar. That's exactly what we want to do. And also you can kind of see, it looks like it's like fading out of the screen, is that the umpire whistle is in the bottom right corner of the screen. It's like a black line, and you can kind of see it's like faded out because I guess it was like fading in or fading out for the mark here. So that's going to be your indicator to tell you what's actually going on in the play. And then we're going to look at the radar at the bottom here. So you can see Geelong are going to the left because they have the dark blue triangle. Sydney are going to the right of screen. And you can kind of see that by the goals that are judged there. And you can see the triangles and the circles along there. But if we zoom and enhance, and thank God these screenshots are nice and high quality, so we can zoom and enhance to have a real look at it. You can kind of see a little bit of an indication of the setup for how this is going. So let's try and work out the scenario of this play. The way Duncan is obviously he's facing defensive side, but he is goal side of his opponent. So Geelong are on transition in this particular play here, which is interesting because it looks as though they've actually got an outnumber in their forward 50, 3-on-2. As you can see, the 3 triangles and the 2 circles. So they've somehow got out the back. You can see for the Swans, obviously they're outnumbered now in the defense, and a lot of their players were blocking up that corridor position to stop the dangerous inside kick. So this is an interesting little play as to where you would try to go next. If you are Geelong, you've got a little short option, but you can just go long to the 3-on-2 to try and win that. But it's interesting to see how this is set up. I guess, again, because the ball's not in motion, we don't know which direction everyone's moving and things like that. So it is cool to have a look at that and go, all right, where would I be kicking this ball? Where has the ball just come from? You can see there's a guy almost about to run through to get the handball receive, corridor side just to your right of screen as well, where Duncan is. So I'll draw a line here as to where he can go and where, that might be an option to use the ball. But I think once we get a proper look at this and we get to see how different teams play, will be really cool. So I'm hoping to check it out at some point this week. If I do, I'll get the gameplay up for you as well. If not, then I'll get that to you as soon as I possibly can, because the game is only 1 week away. So if you want to see all that, make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. AFL23, there's going to be plenty more content coming up on this channel. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.